All right, welcome. We are going to call this meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Thank you. Can we have a roll call, please?
Bill Lopez. Here. Laura Madigan.
Here.
James Burge.
Here.
John Kraft.
Here.
Ellie Kierman. Here.
All right, we have a quorum. Thank you all for being here. We can move on now to approval of minutes from October 14. Do we have a motion to approve?
So move.
Thank you, Jim. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Kelly. Any questions or requested edits? Hearing none, we'll move on to a vote. All in favor of approval, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay, those minutes are approved. Next, we've got considerations of claims and sewer adjustments. Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Thank you, Bill. Do
I'll
we have-
second.
Thank you, Don. Any questions or concerns? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to a vote. All in favor of approval, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Those are approved. Next, we have petitions and comments from the floor. If you've come to address the council on anything, please approach the podium and state your name and address and give us your comment. Okay, we see no one approaching. So we'll move on to reports, clerk treasurer.
Okay, so two things. First, I'm looking at the calendar for next month, and our next regularly scheduled town council meeting falls on Tuesday, November 11th, which is Veterans Day. Didn't know if the council wanted to consider rescheduling that, or if we want to proceed as normal.
Does anyone have a preference? Is town hall usually closed on Veterans Day?
Yeah, it's a town observed holiday.
It is, isn't it? And that would be second, if we moved it to the 12th, that would be the second Wednesday, so that does not conflict with Planner BZA. Since all of our employees, department heads are off that day, I would certainly hate to ask them to come in that evening.
So let's move it.
How does everyone feel about moving it to the 12th?
I'm not available on the 12th,
Okay.
so.
Do we have
I can be here.
a quorum without you?
Looks like it.
Yeah, that'd be Wednesday the 12th?
Yeah.
Yep, that works for me.
Okay, is that okay? All right, do we have a motion to change our regularly scheduled council meeting from Tuesday, November 10 to Wednesday, November 12 at 7 o'clock?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Bill. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Jim. Any further concerns? Issues? Okay, all in favor of approval, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Okay, thank you, Corinne, for bringing that up. What else you got?
Secondly, at the last meeting, the Chesterton Porter Rotary Club was here, and they presented a check to the town for $7,120. In years past, that's always gone into the park fund. Brian threw out a little curveball at the last meeting, suggesting it go to the fire department. So since historically it's always gone to the park, and the Rotary Club did not specifically earmark that donation for use, I would like the council to come to a consensus on where to receipt that in.
Yeah, so we just need a consensus to receive that check for the fire department instead of the parks department this year? That's all?
Mhm.
Okay. Do we have that consensus? Thank you, Brian. That was forward-thinking and generous. We appreciate it.
Okay, and, yep,
Go ahead.
good. Just make note, I already talked to Jay about this, but there's nothing appropriated to expend in the fire donation fund, either this year or next year, so we'll have to do an additional appropriation in order to expend those funds, so.
I screw up, I really screw up.
Thanks.
But we need to do it when he's ready to use it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, when he's ready to use it.
Yeah, we have to notice the public hearing and, 10 days
Yeah.
before, but if it's for next calendar year, we can't even do that till DLGF opens up the process after the start of the year, so.
Okay,
And that's all I have.
thank you. Attorney, do you have anything for us, Chris?
No updates.
All right, thank you, sir. Police Department, Sergeant Blythe.
Yes, ma'am. This coming Friday, Halloween, our trick-or-treat hours from 5:30 to 7:30. We are gearing up for that, and we'd like to thank the community. We've received a plethora of candy donations for our officers to distribute, both from dispatch and while we're out there in the neighborhoods, so we greatly appreciate that gesture. Vehicle codes, code enforcement. Since the adoption of the new procedure, there's been a multitude of vehicles that have been tagged for 20 days. Of those, 2 so far have received ordinance citations, and 1 vehicle was brought into compliance after the initial warning. I believe Mike's code enforcement officer is keeping us up to date on those situations as they arise, and we will stay on top of those as needed.
Thank you.
Vacation rollover. Chief's requesting for the council approval that Sergeant Haynes have 2 unused days of vacation rollover until the end of the year, 12/31. His anniversary date is November 6th. Unfortunately, due to our manpower situation, he has 2 days that he's not been able to use so far. If those were to be rolled until the end of the year, we can get him on the books in December to burn that time. So I am requesting the council's permission to allow 2 days for Sergeant Haynes's vacation time to be extended until December 31st.
So, I'm not saying this because I have a problem with extending, Sergeant Haynes, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's right, okay. Extending his vacation days. In the past, the town of Porter has extended vacation days exactly once, right? The vacation days are put out there with an expiration date because we want to make sure that our employees take the time off that they should be taking so that they are at their best when they come back to work. So we encourage all of our employees to take their time when that time is due to be taken. If there is an exception that they need to request an extension. It has been extremely rare exceptions. Earlier this very calendar year, we had a sort of like a, hey, can you make this request real quick? And then, oh, I didn't realize that that was against the rules and that was a special exception. I thought that if we just didn't take it all, we could just roll it over. Never mind, I retract that request. So I guess I just want to make sure that everybody knows that that's the context. I really do wish that I had more than 30 seconds notice. I had no idea that you were going to be asking for that tonight. And so I would have liked a little bit of time to think about how to treat those requests fair and evenly across the board for everybody. But I definitely don't want Sergeant Haynes to miss out on his due time. So please don't misunderstand my concern.
If I may, I would just say, and Chief emphasized, this is a rare occurrence. This year is kind of unprecedented for us with the number of retirements and our manpower situation. It's certainly nothing that any of us would ever try to make a habit of, or, again, it seems to be pretty unique. I believe it's been done in the past under unique situations.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where that request is coming from.
He's the Evo instructor as well, the only one right now.
And firearms.
And firearms. And so you guys are down. So this request won't be coming again.
Anybody else have anything to say about it? Okay. Does anyone have a motion to bring forward?
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Kelly and Don. Motion to approve 2 days of vacation time being rolled over from November 6th
Yes.
to
December 31st.
December 31st.
Thank you.
All right, any further debate or questions? Okay, all in favor of approval, please say aye.
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 Aye, opposed? Okay, that is approved. In the future, can we please have Friday before the meeting notice?
I will
Thank
absolutely
you,
relay
sir.
that.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Next.
Okay, unrestricted opioid fund request. We have a quote here from Flock Public Safety regarding the LPR camera systems that are used throughout the county, and I think just about every other municipality in the county has them. I'm requesting council permission to purchase 2 Flock cameras in 2026, not to exceed an amount of $6,000 worth of unrestricted opioid funds. And I'm happy to answer any questions we might have regarding LPRs and the Flock system.
How many flock cameras does the town of Porter currently have?
0.
0. So, but we have a number of them within our town limits.
We do not
I've
have
been
access.
hearing,
We
okay,
do
this is, thank you, because
Yeah.
I hear a lot of different answers.
Yep.
So give me all of them.
Sure, we don't currently, as the Porter Police Department, have access to Flock. Those cameras are not owned by our municipality. We previously had access through the sheriff's office. However, that is kind of like a Flock advertisement situation where they'll allow municipalities within the county to have access, but that's only for a certain period of time. If the local municipalities do not then choose to participate in Flock by purchasing a minimum of 2 cameras, that access is withdrawn. So we no longer have
So that was,
access.
there was a time limit attached to us getting access back then, and now that's expiring?
They never provided a specified time limit. It was on one day and off the next. So,
And so our previous access to the Flock network has been through the county.
correct.
So we have not been sharing with Chesterton.
Chesterton has their own Flock cameras. Burns Harbor has their own Flock cameras. Portage, Valpo, the sheriff's office, they all own their own Flock cameras. That's how they now each have access to this nationwide system effectively.
And any new officers coming on that didn't have the information to get on Flock couldn't get on as they were coming on
Right.
and being hired on. It was like a grandfathered in kind of thing. You got your access. When it's done, it's done.
Yep. So as it sits right now, to my understanding, only the town of Couts and the town of Beverly Shores are the only other municipalities in the county that do not have Flock cameras, and therefore they don't have access either.
And each municipality needs at least 2 Flock cameras to access the network, and we have to pay an annual network subscription, or no?
The initial quote that I have in front of me is for the $6,000. Beyond that, I can't answer that question right now, what the annual is. I don't have that information.
I thought it showed the renewal would be next year would be 6,000 again.
It does, oh, I'm sorry, it does say that. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate that. It does show the recurring. Yes, it is 6,000.
So a $6,000 annual fee
Yes,
after the initial
yes.
buy-in.
And to ask Laura's question again, though, does the county have any cameras in the town of Porter?
They do have cameras. They have cameras on Highway 20. Oh boy, let me think here.
20, 12,
20 and 12.
49.
Yes, they
Every point into the town of Porter.
I think they have 3 or 4 cameras within the town, but we don't.
Right, so then we would have 2 of our own, plus we'd have
We
access
get
to
use of
those.
theirs.
Oh, yes,
This
yeah,
is-
we'd be able to interface with every other camera in the county, Lake County, any other agency that shares permissions with us, which would be everyone.
So when did I guess I'm trying to understand why we're suddenly buying Flock cameras when we set a budget for 2026 without the word Flock ever coming up. Like, did this just happen? What happened?
I think it's been,
It feels like an emergency, and I don't understand when it happened.
I think it's definitely been on our radar and on the wish list, but I think probably being budget-minded. However, the unrestricted opioid funding being available is definitely something that we would be able to help prioritize.
What I think she's asking is when did we lose access to
Oh,
those
the date,
cameras?
I couldn't tell you the date.
I mean, has it been within
It's
weeks,
been quite some-
Because
months?
I know that we
It's
did
been quite
have
some time.
access.
We did have access. I don't think it's been that long. If I had the,
So we're suddenly cut off, and you don't know how long ago we got cut off?
I couldn't tell you the date, I don't know.
Okay.
Was there,
We didn't get a formal
was
notice.
there a
or anything.
timeline on, I noticed he's put in there that you would save, there was a savings if you did it. Is there a timeline when that has to be done by?
They gave a date of, signed by November 28th of this year.
Okay, so Laura, I'm gonna ask if we could table this till the next meeting,
Oh, yeah.
so we could have some discussions amongst ourselves too.
I
they
appreciate it.
lost access in June to Flock, the end of June.
Thank you.
So it's not been a long time.
Quick question. For the purposes of, you know, the folks that are home watching us, could you just a very brief explanation what the Flock cameras are, how they're used, in case
Sure.
they're wondering what's used for.
It's a license plate reading system. They're stationary cameras placed strategically along highways and major thoroughfares. What that does is it gives us investigative ability. Let's say, the best example that I can give right now is, you might remember a few short weeks ago, there was an armed robbery in Chesterton at their antique shop downtown. The Flock LPR system is largely responsible for the quick apprehension of that person. We were able to obtain a vehicle description, I should say Chesterton was able to obtain a vehicle description, get a plate number, enter that into the system. As soon as it's scanned in Michigan City, their officers who have full access to the system were able to locate that vehicle, apprehend the suspect. So that's pretty much the driven purpose behind it, is vehicles that are known to be involved in a crime, particularly that, like a robbery, that's a great example. And it's become an investigative tool at the patrol level as well, that's very needed and felt. We use it up until June, obviously quite a bit. Any sort of investigative resource is going to be a huge benefit to us. I'm sorry? Warrants, yes. If a driver has a warrant, if someone's a habitual traffic violator, if a vehicle was involved in a hit-and-run crash, I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
With my search and rescue work I do all through the region, that has been an invaluable tool of tracking, especially Alzheimer's that get in their
Yep.
car and wander away. It's been,
Amber Alert
Yeah.
or any of those.
there's a huge list of non-law enforcement type stuff that's not the criminal side, that it's literally saved lives for the missing people stuff.
One of the most notable incidents was year before last, Sergeant Haynes apprehended a homicide suspect coming through our town because of the LPR system.
Thank you for the explanation.
You're welcome.
Any more questions for the sergeant? Okay. I hear Bill saying that he'd like to table this, so that we can take some time and talk about it again in a few weeks. Do we have a consensus to table?
I agree with that.
Yes?
Sure.
Yes? Okay. All right, and that's what we shall do. Thank you so much. Do you have more?
I do. One other item, our 2026 vehicle purchasing and upfitting. I believe it was discussed with Chief Dickey during a prior budgeted meeting this year. We're making an effort to streamline the vehicle and upfitting process, make it easier for us and for you. The town council approved an amount at that time not to exceed $110,000 for vehicles in 2026 from the CCD funds. So I am requesting town council approval to utilize $106,231.58 of CCD funds to purchase and upfit our 2026 vehicles. And I can expand on that if we have just a moment.
Of course. Take all the moments you need.
We requested 3 quotes. Graf Ford of Burns Harbor, Curry Ford of Valpo, and Webb Ford of Highland are who we reached out to for quotes. Webb Ford did not respond, but Graf Ford and Curry both did. Graf Ford submitted a quote with all of our requested criteria being met, in addition to sufficient trade-in value. They came in overall with the lowest cost, and that is how we got there.
Those weren't sent to us, were they? You didn't get those either.
I didn't get them.
Would you like a copy?
That's another thing that we should have
Sure.
gotten by Friday. If it's up for today, that's another packet that we should have gotten by Friday. Thanks. You can start with him.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
He's gonna look first anyway.
Is it okay to ask a question?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Oh, there's several.
Quick question, is that for how many vehicles?
That's for 2 vehicles.
2 vehicles.
Yes.
And the vehicles that would be replaced, do we have the approximate odometer readings for both of those?
I do. The first vehicle is a 2021 Dodge Durango with a little over 53,000 miles on it. And the second vehicle is a 2023 Durango with 33,000 miles on it.
And that's pretty low odometer readings.
So we do have a couple of vehicles, pool vehicles, that we've kind of designated as we're in a position to run these vehicles into the ground. So we have 2 pool vehicles that are nearing 100,000 miles, where we might generally trade them in. We're actually able to secure better trade-in value with a couple of these newer vehicles. They each have reasons as to why it might be beneficial to trade in these vehicles at this time, as opposed to some of the older cars that are still running well.
I see.
Okay, those for myself, those odometer readings are, you know, way too low. I mean, they're barely broke in, and we're already trading them out. I understand the trading value part, but, I mean, we should be able to get another almost 100,000 miles out of.
So the
least one of
the
them.
33,000, was that the former Chief Allen's vehicle?
Yeah, that's the gray Durango. The unfortunate part of that is, it was previously smoked in. I understand the council has since changed the town policy on that. We've taken significant steps to remediate the smoke smell within the vehicle, and it's just simply not possible. The interior is just not sufficient for anyone who is not a smoker.
I want to
it's-
be very clear that we did discuss this. It was one of my concerns, is getting rid of it. If it's been smoked in, that's not great for a trade-in. And then you add waiting another year or two, adding another year or two, and more miles. They're offering how much for the trade-in?
25,000.
And how much, and that was with Graf?
That was with Graf.
And so what was it with Curry?
15,000.
Right.
So those,
That large amount, the 23,000,
yeah.
is the only reason that I'm down with trading it in. Being newer and having been smoked in.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that I expect that I'll probably agree with you, but I wanna, I'm sorry, Sergeant, that you're the one here today
That's
having
okay.
to receive all my reminders.
That's all
But in
right.
the past, sir, when we get requests from our police department to trade in vehicles and to purchase these, we get the quotes that were offered, the trade-in value that were offered on each vehicle, plus the purchase value that we're looking at for each vehicle, the full shebang, and quotes from all three
Bartronics.
dealerships. And this is a summary, which I appreciate the summary, but the summary came too late, and we need the backup documents, please.
Okay.
So,
So I think we should table it until we get
yeah,
all
but
the
it's
information.
not because I plan on voting no, just because, like, I can't wrap my brain around, oh, how much did, okay, so they're gonna offer 23, that's
Right.
cool, compared to what exactly, like, I need to be able to look at those
Sure,
before
we
we
can do
sit
that.
here. Thank you
We'll
very
do
much.
the quotes from the two that came in, the Bartronics upfitting with all the detailed information.
Would you guys like to see the quotes?
And the trade-in offers.
We have.
Oh,
we
with
have-
the trade-in
I mean, if
offers.
you've got the packet to distribute
Sure.
tonight, that'd be great,
I,
then we don't
I
have to
have,
wait
I
for you
have
to
the
email
quote,
it.
I have the quote packets here. You guys are welcome to see them, or if you'd like to table it and have full packets made and a even more detailed breakdown, we can do that as well. Whatever works for you.
Well, since you have them, just go ahead and hand them
All
out,
right.
please, thank you. And then if we're missing anything, we'll ask via email.
May I ask a question?
Please.
Okay. Thank you. How long are these quotes good for? We're looking at all these expenses paid out in 2026?
Correct.
Okay. And what's the status of the upfitting on the two vehicles that we got this year? Do you know?
We've received one of the vehicles. It's in service, it's in patrol. The other vehicle should be nearing completion anytime. They've had it for a couple weeks, so I can't imagine it taking too much longer.
Okay, thank you.
As far as,
Missed something.
this is quite a packet here, Corinne, so I don't know how long the quotes are good for without going through all this paperwork, but I can get that for
Right.
you.
I can't, what was it? I can't.
Yeah, if you don't mind emailing all that to me, that would be
Sure.
great.
Yeah.
Pass those along. Those are my originals.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. First class. Oh, it's all,
It's all just one packet.
oh,
Oh, never mind, I thought
okay. You
I'm
can
sorry.
just hang on
Yeah.
now, Laura.
Corinne will need them regardless.
Corinne needs them, thank you.
These are your originals?
Those are originals, yes.
Okay, so those quotes are intended for 2026, so,
And you don't know how long they're good for, it's not a 90-day.
I didn't see it right off the rip
Okay,
there, so
we'll
I'm
look
not
through it.
sure. I'm not sure.
we'll look through it. Thank you, sir.
And we'll get copies and your originals back to you. Thank you.
Corinne has
Or
them.
you can make them.
Yeah,
And
we'll
bring
get
them
them.
back to Corinne. Actually, it might be better.
Did you have anything else for tonight, sir?
I believe that concludes it on our end.
Okay. Thank you so much. We're gonna move on to fire department report, Chief Craig.
Excuse me. The only thing I have is connected to new business coming later. 2023 fire assistance grant from the DNR finally got approvals. There was a communication error in there. They did come sooner. Thankfully, they followed up. So we originally requested that quote for 4 sets of gear. Prices since early 2023 have increased significantly. After talking to Corinne, there is $10,000 in the lit that is budgeted for bunker gear, along with the $5,000 match that we would get from the state. The total for the gear, I had to fix the quote. I don't have the hard quote in hand, but the total for it is going to be around $16,400. With the permission of the council, we would like to use all of that 15, and that additional money over the 15 we would just take from either the incorporation donations or the future donation that will go under appropriation from the Rotary Club, but we would spend the overages from donation.
Okay, so 15 is $5,000 from the DNR grant and $10,000 from LIT that was previously budgeted for and appropriated for,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
That's what okay. And then the extra $1,400 the incorporation will cover or through donations?
Yeah,
Is that
through
what I
either the
understand?
donations through the incorporation or through the Rotary donation, one or the other.
All right, I'm glad that finally came in. We need to approve Jay's signature. The contract that everybody's already gotten a copy of and seen is to be signed electronically only. The grantee is not properly written. It seems like they're trying to make a mashup of Porter Volunteer Fire Department and Town of Porter Fire. So as long as we can clarify that name to be the grantee as the Town of Porter. Our attorney had many other helpful suggested edits, but considering it's coming from the DNR, our past history with them is if we try to suggest contract edits, they just don't give us the money for the grant. So unless this council wants to heed the advice of our attorney and fight with them over wording and risk losing the $5,000, I would assume we are entertaining a motion to approve Jay's signature on that contract. Was I speaking gibberish?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. Okay, sorry. I'm like, oh.
Which part of that were you looking for a motion on?
Like, what are the symptoms of a stroke
So
again?
the motion is to approve the $5,000.
The grant, the DNR grant, Jay's signature on the DNR grant.
All right. I'm good with it.
Okay, thank you, Bill.
Jay's on the hook.
Thank you, Don. Yep,
And it's the same contract for the last 20 years.
yeah. Okay, do we have any further questions?
Well, for our attorney, just the risk value benefit of what you pointed out to be changed, is it a minor detail or is it something that has some serious risk to it?
It's boilerplate stuff that, risk reward, that you're not gonna change them. So, some of it, as Chief and I talked about, has to do with radius and where they expect coverage and those things. So certainly from a risk reward, it's within, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the things that I did.
Just want to make sure it
I'll be
wasn't
making
something
an
egregious that
educated
we're
decision.
overlooking. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
I have one quick question. If the Incorp is contributing money, is there anything in the grant documents that would prohibit that? That's not gonna complicate?
No,
getting
the only
grant
thing
funds,
they
right?
don't want to see is they're not gonna pay over the $5,000 match.
Okay.
And if the invoice or what we asked for was under the $10,000, they're gonna give us the 50% of the $9,000, which we ran into before. And then they don't, over the 10,000, they don't care, it's $5,000. Cause we've ran into this the last several years that it's come through because gear prices have just shot through the roof since 2020, so.
Yeah. Oof. All right. More questions? No? All in favor of approval, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, you can sign it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have anything else, sir?
I just want to thank Joe's Towing for accommodating us last night to do extrication training. We did it at his lot. Maintains making a mess at the station. and is a little easier on him, and then, allowing us to do it after hours, having employees there to help us out, let us in, let us out, and provide the vehicles for us and clean up the mess for us. So thanks to Joe for giving us the opportunity to practice those skills. It's always appreciated.
Thank you.
That is all I have. Thank you.
All right. Public.
Laura, before you move on, I apologize. I know something underneath the desk right by John's feet. Thank you.
Oh, were you seeing how long you could wait before you said, let me get my bag?
Thank you. I'm sorry.
All right, no problem.
No, I apologize for everything.
You're fine. Thanks, Peter.
I thought Don brought a bag lunch for once.
All righty.
I was wondering what it was, but it wasn't
Have a good
ticking,
night.
so it was okay.
Good that you know of.
All right, now we're gonna move on to Public Works, Mr. Seacrest.
We had a couple things. Jamie asked me to ask the council that we're requesting 2 of the Ford F-150 Lightnings.
Thank you. We were supposed to talk about this 2 weeks ago, and it slipped everyone's minds. Jamie mentioned it at the end of the last meeting. I hope that everyone has had plenty of time to think thoroughly about this Clean Drive grant opportunity.
Or, excuse me, I'm not sure Jamie said, he told me to let you guys know if you guys approve it, that'll push the mini excavator off to down the road to cover the cost of our trucks.
Got it, right, thank you. Yeah, he did mention that a few times, thank you. Who wants to start on that one?
I guess the question I have is do they need to be upfitted at all for the Public Works?
We do have the strobe lights in-house from the 2 years ago, so we did order them to have them on shelf.
Okay.
And it's something the town mechanic can install on the trucks. So, I mean, the cost for that has already been eaten.
And that's the extent of uplifting them, is just put the strobe lights on.
Light bar on top and strobe lights. I mean, we got the flush mount strobe lights to go on wherever he feels deemed to go, so nothing. And then we'll have to get 2-way radios put in them. So.
I believe last time we spoke, each of our other department heads realized after further investigation that the limits of the trucks do not meet the needs of our other departments. The only one that was a possibility was Public Works for 1 or 2 trucks. Jim, your opinion?
Well, it was a couple of things. I found myself kind of betwixt and between a little bit. Being liaison for Public Works, having talked to Jamie, in normal situations, I might probably would be okay with it. Our situation with the state cutting funding pretty dramatically for this year and the next 2 years, after that, 26, 27, and 28, we're going to have to find ways to try to make up that shortfall. And there will be, future discussions of how we do that. The state gave remedies ranging from, local income tax and wheel tax, et cetera, that they also gave to the county. So we're going to be facing those kind of dilemmas to make up those shortfalls as time moves forward here. Anything we can do to lessen that economic impact, I think, is a good thing. So on one hand, your trucks are getting up there in age. Sounds like Jamie said they're got a 2012 or
We have 3 of
2013.
those that need to go. We have one in for service. The frame's actually rusting. It's one of the old fire trucks. That's the one Larry drives. So we're trying to keep the crane truck off road because of the incident with the before and the cost of repairing that truck. So we try to only use that to pull pumps. I mean, it's what it is.
Yeah. So, at some point, you're gonna have to replace them. The timing, with not knowing how the Senate bill, is gonna impact us, there's still a lot of questions and variability there. So that concerns me. Other concerns that I have are on the EV itself, given the federal administration's kind of, anti-EV stance, makes me concerned about long-term, the industry, vehicle industry supporting those. I just read a couple weeks ago that GM took a $1.6 billion bath from, because of canceled credits, canceled incentives, and then that affected their contracts, affected their costs that they built into those vehicles. And they had to cancel contracts, and then they got penalized, so all that added up to like $1.6 billion hit. That's just one automaker. I don't know what Ford or Stellantis or anything, what impacts they've had. But I would imagine people in that management situation are probably not gonna wanna put a lot of money into something that's already cost them that much. I've heard that the Ford Lightnings are being discontinued, at least the 150s. You also have the aspect of the technology changing so rapidly that what we have now may be obsolete a couple of years when we don't know. So there's a lot of, for me, a lot of question marks that would, for myself, I think I would vote against doing that at this time. And looking forward, I think it'd be more comfortable if you got, gas trucks to when you need to swap those out. That's my thought on it. Even though it's a trying to take advantage of a good deal, and that's the thought process. I have no problem with it. You're looking at those options, but for me, I would vote no on it.
Thanks. At the risk of jinxing it, how much life do you think Larry's truck has left? Is
It's got 100,000 on it now.
it does?
Larry loves it.
He does.
If down the road, if the lightnings don't happen, we can get Larry, because all the truck's used for is read meters and go on locates.
Right, it's not heavy
So
duty.
we can actually go get a 150 or a Colorado or something down the road for him.
Okay.
So, when it comes to the rust that our trucks see, it's hard to tell. Because he drives it every day through the winter, if he's not plowing, so. We have some trucks, if something major happens, we got another truck to put them in if need be. It's just starting to cut the tires. Like I said, we'll have 3 trucks sitting up top.
I
That's
gotcha.
basically seen its time.
Yeah.
So.
All right, thanks. Any other questions? Opinions?
No, I'm sort of the mind with Jim on it's kind of a new thing, and how long is it gonna last, and how serviceable it's gonna be for us, how's it gonna work out,
Yeah.
and so the cost of the 2 is almost the cost of a gas engine truck.
Right.
Ideally, the initial proposal we had before several years ago was much better and much more attractive, but
Correct. Yeah, a lot of things changed over the last couple of years
did,
with the
yeah.
whole lightning deal from the get-go, so. From day one of Blue Chip hearing it to now where it is now, it's like, so.
Yeah. Anyone else? Okay. It doesn't sound to me like 3 council members want to buy any lightning trucks right now. No? Okay. Did you have more on your report, sir?
I have 2 more. One, the sidewalk out back here.
Okay.
Jamie asked me to get a hold of the All American Concrete to get a price to fix this. Us guys don't feel that we wanna attack that because it is a public, if we do something wrong, it's on the dime. So the guy that came out, he also looked at another project for us that some panels need lifted on Lake Vista. So when he came over here, he said there's spots that need to be lifted out, that's trip hazards, fix this, and then out along the driveway, it's busted up panels. I don't know if you got both emails, Corinne.
I got the one with the proposal for $4,850 for the work here,
Okay.
but I didn't see anything for.
So I thought I sent that second to you. He sent them in 2 different emails. It's $48.50 to fix this and to replace some of the concrete out here. Mike brought up a good point. It's getting winter time. We're gonna have to run trucks across it, plus the salt. You can't put salt on top of concrete. If you guys did have it done, that would definitely be a park department need to bring their pickup truck or the Bobcat down there, because our dump trucks are way too heavy for new concrete.
It's the driveway over here. It's the sidewalk in front of the driveway. So you can't, the mixies, it's a good concrete mix, 6-bag mix. You can drive a car or a small vehicle, like a park pickup truck over it in 7 days, but not a heavy truck for 28 days. So we'd have to use Brian's truck or just a pickup truck to plow, and you can't salt it for a year. You're not supposed to salt it for a year if you put new concrete in, so you'd have to make sure we don't salt that. So 7 days for cars, you know, we just wouldn't have people drive on it. And then that looks atrocious if you haven't seen it. I marked it in pink, so you can see what it looks like. And then the one in the back, we just couldn't salt it. So if we wanna fill the hole in, yeah, you get a better price if you have more than one project, cause he's got a mobilization, demobilization fee. So this is a good price. You
Right.
just have to not salt that, and that's gonna be just a little issue for at least a week. And then after a week, cars can drive on it, so.
And you said it's $4,800?
That's for the project, yeah, 4850 for the fix the back here and then everything else around the mud jack, some of the low spots, which is just lifting the concrete up. Then the second part of his quote was for the Lake Vista panels that were called in. They're something like this, it's trip hazard, so he kind of wanted to do it all at the same time, so he's not charging us twice the amount of money to come out and fix it. So.
Okay.
And they haven't spent any money from sidewalks yet.
That's what I was gonna say, you have money in the
Haven't
budget.
used any of the money yet. Yeah, we were saving it up, so this
Right.
fits the budget perfect. That we can work around as long as we don't drive trucks over it. And the garbage truck doesn't go over that, and you just gotta make sure we don't salt it, so.
And this one needs handled rather quickly.
And this one's just a hole right now that
Right.
we don't want people falling in it, so.
Right.
Is there a not to exceed amount for the back portion? The other portion?
That was the 4850.
The 4850 total was for everything, for the back and the front and everything around here. But
So the total is less than $5,000?
Yeah.
I talked to
For
Jimmy.
town
It is.
hall, but now Lake Charles.
If
8850.
you add the other part in, it's not.
Thank you, 88, because
With,
I don't
like,
understand why you're
this
asking
stuff.
council for permission to spend
Oh,
money
because-
that's under
so-
$5,000, that's your liaison.
Well, I had a conversation with John, and
Yeah, because
I
and
wanted-
then it's a town hall, I don't wanna make that decision for the town hall, and that's you guys' business, and
Okay.
with Jamie being gone, he said actually to go to Corinne first with it, but then the second part of the invoice was for the Lake Vista was, $1,450 for the few panels that are out there that need to be mud jacked back up.
That's still not $88,000, what
No,
are you talking about?
No, it's 4. I thought he said 4 for that, so it's 4850 plus 1400.
Yeah,
Yep.
Only
goes
five.
over 5.
Okay, okay,
That's the only reason I
That's why
brought
I
it to
said
the
something
council, just
to
because it's
the
town hall, so.
okay, I understand, sorry.
John, we were talking outside, do you think there's any possibility they could put in, because we have some lifting situations with sidewalks on Dune Meadows?
Yeah, I'll go out in the morning and mark them for him.
Yeah, because it's marked in orange, or it's been for, a couple of years now.
Okay, I'll
That'd be
call him
great
in the
if they
morning,
could.
he'll come out, he gets his bids to us pretty quick, so, and I'm sure he'll do it the same day that he does the other stuff, mud
Saying
jacking.
if he's already out here, maybe they could do it and solve that issue in that subdivision.
Yep, I'll call him, let him know. Get him out
Keep it
here.
under 10.
So,
Yeah.
so if we put that concrete here that can't have a heavy truck and can't be salted for a year, we already are acknowledging that between Mike and Brian, you'll make sure that nobody drives here that they're not supposed to, and you'll take care of the plowing. It's already covered, not a problem. Well, thank you both so much. Do you have any objections to that, Corinne?
No, I don't, I didn't get a chance to walk out here, the little section over here, that doesn't cross the alley, does it? It's
No.
not gonna pose it, okay.
No.
Okay. So I guess that if we don't have any objections to those going forward, I don't think that there's a concrete problem. Do we have a motion to approve the, hold on, I can do math real quick.
62 something, wasn't it?
6250.
Eight, yeah, 62. Is it 50? All right, 6250.
Would we need to add anything, a buffer for the Dune Metals one, if you want to be able to add that one? Is that one you would see being done, Michael?
I would just say not to exceed 10, because the 10 is the limit. So we add something to it, not to exceed 10. then-
6220.
And he said 4 the first
While
time,
you're at
it's
it.
1400.
You know, if we're doing neighborhoods.
I gotta be at.
Oh, my.
That second one's
Yeah.
1450.
Thank you.
63.
Yep, so it's 6,300 even, right?
So I'm just gonna add this, we could add in for-
6,300. This company needs to
So you
license
take a
it.
look at Dune Metals while
Say,
you're
I
doing
can't
it?
hear you.
I said this company needs to license as a contractor too,
Yeah, he needs to get his license this year. We'll tell him that. I can
Take
call
care
him
of that
for
part.
before he does it.
anything.
All right, so the total is 6,300? All right, and you'll take care of getting him licensed? Okay, Do we have a motion to approve 6,300 from the sidewalk fund for sidewalk work?
Did you want to do a not to exceed that a little bit for him to try to do the due
Can
diligence?
you add something to it?
How much do you need to add for the NT?
Well, you wanna just stay under 10 grand. That's the limit for not getting extra quotes.
Okay,
I just say not to exceed 10. Add in what we need to.
We'll make,
get as much sidewalk work done as you can under 10 grand?
Okay.
Is that what we're
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. Do we have a motion to approve not to exceed 10 grand for the sidewalk work?
So moved.
Thank you, Jim, and thank you, Don. Any further questions or debate? Okay, all in favor of approval, please say aye.
aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Who was the first and the second on that? I'm sorry, I didn't,
Jim was a first, Don was a second.
thank you.
Thank you.
One last thing, we are in lease pickup. We're doing about half days because the guys, we're running 2 machines. We have 3 machines up and running, 3 trucks up and running. Right now, we're doing 2 machines, hitting missed piles. We're done by normally 12 o'clock, well, lunchtime 11. We are having tremendous problems with people putting it against poles in their mailboxes. So if we can just somehow get it out to them to kind of put it in front of their house, away from the poles. Because the new machine, it's all automated arms, we're afraid that the guys are gonna hit wires and mailboxes, so
Yeah.
that's it. But everybody's been, I mean, no problems with brush piles.
So just like our garbage cans and stuff, a few feet of wiggle room, please, around the stuff
Yeah.
is what you're asking?
Yeah.
Give us some wiggle room? Okay,
So but it's going good though.
thank you. Okay, we've got Park Department next, Mr. Begeiski.
I'm not asking for any money, and I don't have anything to report other than to say thank you to everybody who came out and helped out with the Boo Bash. We had fire department, police department, and thank you very much to Councilwoman Karaman for having the hardest job of the night and judging the costume contest.
It was fun.
Aw.
We also had town hall there too. I'm sorry, Corinne. So, thank you. We had a good turnout. It was a little lighter than usual, but we had great weather and everybody had a good time. Thank you.
It was a lot of fun.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Building Commissioner, Director of Development, Mr. Barry.
I've got 10 contractors for your approval who paid their fees and met all the requirements.
Do we have a motion to approve the 10 contractors that have paid all their fees and met all the requirements?
So
I'll make
moved.
that motion.
Thank you, Jim. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Kelly. Any questions for Mike? All in favor of approval, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Those contractors are approved.
Thank you. The police station generator's completed, all the bollards are painted, nobody's looked at it. There's one open item on town hall and police station, which is, I'm trying to get a lockout put on the gas valve. So I'm gonna call the guy again tomorrow about that, so it's done. Hawthorne Park, it's set. The gas lines are installed. I notified NIPSCO today to come change the meter, so they should do that in a few days. Ellis is gonna come out and start it anyway and troubleshoot it, make sure there's nothing wrong with it. And I said this before, but I appreciate everything Public Works did. They did a lot of work on this. It looks wonderful. Super.
It is great. Thank you.
All in house. The lift stations at Beaman 20, the NIPSCO work's done. Grimmer's doing the fencing. We're gonna start those up in a couple weeks and then that'll be finished. Finally.
Lovely. It's good
That's all I
news.
got.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you. We have no old business, so we can go on to new business, 2025-2026 insurance renewals, property, liability, auto, work comp, and cybersecurity.
Thank you.
Oh, did you lose a bet to Jim Anton? He was,
No, apparently I don't know how to get off of a tour boat in Paris.
oh,
You just lost all our sympathy.
sorry.
I fractured my left hip, but
Sorry to hear that.
the good news is that I did not have to have surgery, because I will tell you, you don't want to find yourself in the same hospital I was in. It was very scary. But anyways, my name is Mike Anton. I'm here from Shepherd Insurance, and we are the town's property and casualty servicing agent. I'm filling in for Jim, who's out of town at an agency event in Indianapolis area. Tonight, I'm here to review the renewal terms for the town's property and casualty insurance program. Previously, Jim and Julie Mendoza met with the insurance committee, and please allow me to summarize some of that.
Thank you.
Currently, the town is with Astra Municipal Program, underwritten by Great American Insurance Company. Our office marketed the town's program and received offers from HCC Tokyo Marine and Bliss McKnight. Both are specialty municipal programs. We also received declinations from Travelers, Trident, Hanover, Liberty Mutual, and Selective. This is largely due to claims, specifically auto liability and physical damage. Even though there is an increase in premium, both HCC, Tokyo Marine, and Bliss McKnight were not competitive with the renewal offer from Astra program. The renewal offer from Astra program is approximately 26% increase over expiring. The next closest came from HCC Tokyo Marine, approximately 42% higher than the renewal offer. The Astra program is paired with IPEP on the workers' comp, CFC on the cyber liability, and the Old Republic for the excess liability. The premium increase is threefold. There was a rate increase on some of the lines of coverage, specifically the property and auto rates. Secondly, claims on the auto side have been problematic. The town is running at about 70% loss ratio on the auto. Finally, there were some exposure-based increases. Those are as follows. The town's operating expenditures increased by $43,776. The property values increased by $390,121, keeping pace with inflation. Equipment values decreased by $48,442. The number of owned autos increased by 1. Total auto physical damage costs, new values, increased by $223,471. Total payroll increased by $68,856. Workers' compensation experience mod increased from 134 to 136. Now, with that, though, we were successful in getting an additional 5% credit added to it, basically offset that. So that was a good thing. The largest increases are coming from the commercial auto and the commercial excess liability. There was an overall decrease of $744 on the workers' compensation, and the cyber liability was flat. Just a comment about the commercial excess liability. What the litigious environment in our world today is what's driving that. There's many companies pulling out of the excess liability because of these verdicts. And, a couple of years ago, they came out with a new term for these verdicts, and they called them nuclear verdicts. And a nuclear verdict was any verdict that was 10 million plus. Today, believe it or not, they use the term thermonuclear verdicts. And that's $100 million claims. Now, that's not going to affect you guys. I'm not trying to suggest that. But what it does is it drags all the lower verdicts up with it. So if you had a $500,000 verdict a couple of years ago that was the right fit and right verdict, today it's $1 million or $1.5 million. And that's what's driving the pricing in that particular coverage range. So it is our recommendation that the town renew its property and casualty insurance program with the offers from Astra, IPEP, CFC, and Old Republic. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Do you guys have any questions? I hammered Jim with all my questions when we met a couple weeks ago.
That's good.
Why is it so high?
Well, and then the property.
Upside down, shaking him by his ankles.
The property rates are up also, as I mentioned, and that's driven by the weather. And what's going on, with those. And that's nationwide.
I was happy to see that our cyber premiums flatlined and our work comp premiums went down. Good job, guys, staying safe.
Now we just have to save,
We have
save the
to-
auto.
We have to have some claims fall off our auto. How long do those stay on? We had a fairly large verdict that was paid out recently that it was explained was part of the reason for that big spike. But that is supposed to fall off our history soon, right?
I think that's another year roughly.
Another year. So can we cross our fingers and hope for more affordable rates in 2027?
I can offer, if the town is interested, we have loss control services available, and we can certainly make them available to any of the departments that would choose to participate. Yeah, and they're pretty extensive.
Yeah. Thank you. Any questions? All right. Thank you so much for being here. We
Okay,
appreciate you. We already have copies of the documents.
yeah, I just have 3 documents here that Mrs. Mendoza gave me that require signature. I can pick them up tomorrow from Corinne if that's preferable.
Yeah, sure, that'll be fine.
And to clarify for our department heads, this is,
Thank you, Brian. I was like, don't make them walk over there. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you. What were you gonna say, Kelly?
just to clarify, this policy goes into effect tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
So tomorrow, well,
Actually,
we have to
12:01 today.
vote to
Tomorrow.
we officially have to vote to renew it so that we can sign it, but yeah, tomorrow. And then something else that we were talking to Jim about was next year asking for a few month extension so that we can renew it the first of the year with the rest of our
Sure, you can-
insurance plans. Yeah,
Yeah, we can get that done.
we would appreciate that.
So you want a January 1 renewal?
We would like a January 1 renewal, not this January 1,
No, I understand.
because those numbers are high enough.
No,
Next
we're
year.
talking about for 27.
Yes, please, yeah,
Okay,
thanks,
And it
thanks.
works on the budget.
Mrs. Mendoza will be happy.
I'm sure she would. No?
Well, everybody renews on the 1st of January.
Oh, so that makes, yeah. Okay, do we have a motion to, renew with the Astra Insurance plans?
It's a little better.
The low bid?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Bill. Do we have a second?
No second.
Thank you, Kelly. Any further questions?
I just want to say, it's a hard pill to swallow, but it does seem like the best deal we have right now. And I think we need to move forward with the loss prevention that they're providing and just try to get everybody, I know everybody tries to do a good job every day, but we just need to do a better job.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what the overall annual increase is 40-ish plus. $42,000 more this year on insurances. And like everybody else, like we can't control how much the building's worth. They just decided that our property is more valuable, so we gotta pay more taxes on it, but we don't have that many more, you know, we were talking to Jim about different ways to cut that, and, you know, okay, so we have a few less vehicles, right? We have a few, that's like chipping away tiny little pennies at a time, nothing really significant. The most significant improvement we can make is less claims. So,
And just to make note, our deductibles are increasing significantly.
by a lot.
Yeah.
Our auto deductible was 2,500.
It was 1,000 for comprehensive, 2,500 for collision,
That's right.
and it's now 5,000 and 10,000.
So now it's 5,000 and 10,000. Starting tomorrow, our deductibles are doubled.
So no more pit maneuvers over there.
They're not the only department.
They're not the only
They're
department.
not the only department. I think 3 of
You're
them.
saving a kidnapped kid.
Brian's the
Can't
only one
maneuver
that didn't.
out of those cars.
If we're to be clear.
13.
We got fire, public works, and the police.
We
Boom,
do.
boom.
We do. We do.
So it's not just one.
Anyway, Andy.
We're good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Did we take a vote?
Good job.
Okay. Did we have a first and a second? All in favor of approval, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, thank you. Dune Acres Fire Protection Contract. You guys have all seen copies of this as well. It lays out a 3% increase, as has been customary for years and years. We did make one minor change to, again, just to make sure that we're consistent across all of our contracts, that the contract is with the town of Porter. Do we have a motion to approve and send it to Dune Acres for their consideration?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Don. Do
I'll
we?
second.
Thank you, Kelly. Any further questions for either Chief or Corinne?
I just think that we need to increase all of our fees and charges for everything 26% this year.
26% on everything, right?
But 3% is feasible.
Thanks, Don. All right, anyone else? All in favor of approval, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that is approved. We'll send that over to Dune Acres. Thank you. And then we have our volunteer fire assistance grant agreement. Oh, we covered. Nope,
Yes, we did that.
You
in
did.
under fire.
we did that under fire. So we're done. Council comments. Anybody? Go once, going twice? Motion to adjourn?
So
Thank you.